Hello, welcome to BioGreat TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Major natural resources in Benin Republic. Benin Republic is a country in West Africa. It is bordered by Togo to the west, Nigeria to the east, Burkina Faso and Niger to the north. The capital of Benin is Porto Novo, but the seat of government is in Cotonou, which is the economic capital and largest city in the country. Benin was formerly known as Dahomey in the colonial and post-independence era. Dahomey translates into "on the belly of Dan." Dan was a rival king on whose grave the royal compound of the kingdom of Dahomey was built. However, the name was changed on the 30th of November 1975 to Benin after the body of water on which the country lies, the Bight of Benin. This had been named by Europeans after the Benin Empire in present-day Nigeria. However, the country of Benin has no connection to Benin City in modern Nigeria. Present-day Benin Republic is located in an area that used to be called the Slave Coast due to the thriving slave industry which lasted for over 300 years in the region. Thankfully, the dark era of slave trade has long passed. Now, Benin, like the rest countries of the world, looks to more humane and acceptable ways of income generation. One of such ways is agriculture. Agriculture accounts for a large chunk of the natural resources found in Benin. Due to very favorable weather conditions, Benin is self-sufficient in food crops. The main food crops are manioc, yam, corn, sorghum, beans, rice, sweet, potatoes, pawpaws, guavas, bananas, and coconut. Production estimates for some food crops for 1999 were yam 1,771,000 tons, manioc 2,377 tons, corn 823,000 tons, sorghum 154,000 tons, rice 36,000 tons, dry beans 94,000 tons, sweet potatoes 67,000 tons, and millet 34,000 tons. Palm products used to be Benin's foremost export crop for a long time. Palm oil production was 10,000 tons in 1999 and palm kernel output was 14,000 tons. The government manages about 30,000 hectares of palm plantations, while the country has over 400 hectares of natural growing palms. In recent years, however, focus has shifted from palm to cotton as Benin's major cash crop. Cotton accounts for over 40% of the country's gross domestic product (GDP). Benin is one of the largest producers of cotton in Africa, occupying the 4th position among the continent's largest producers. An estimated 80% of the country's annual export is from cotton. When the cotton industry, which was under the control of the government, began experiencing major difficulties, the government, in a bid to remedy the situation, transferred the management of cotton to a private entity known as AIC. This proved to be a masterstroke as cotton production soared in the following years. Between November 2016 and June 2017, a total of 0.453 million tons of cotton was produced in the country, which was one of the highest records ever in the country. Fish is another important resource that Benin is rich in. They have a long coastline along the Atlantic Ocean, and this coastline has one of the richest fishing spots in the region. Also, Benin's abundant rivers and lagoons are equally important sources of fish. In 2003, Fish exports from the country were estimated to be about 41,900 tons, which amounted to about $1.9 million and accounting for 2.8% of agricultural exports. An interesting twist to Benin's fishing industry is the fact that the notable players in the industry are from other African countries like Senegal and Ghana. Majority of Benin nationals who practice fishing do so only on a small scale. Benin, like her close neighbor Nigeria, also has deposits of crude oil. Offshore oil was discovered in 1968 and production commenced in October 1982, operated by Saga Petroleum, a Norwegian company. The 1980s were the golden period in Benin's oil industry. Production peaked in 1986 when the country was churning out 8,000 barrels of oil per day. By 1991, Benin had risen to become a major player in Africa's oil industry with an oil production of 1.3 million barrels. Oil had become one of the country's chief export commodities, with the country exporting a total of 1.27 million barrels in 1990. However, owing to the fact that the country has no functional refinery, there is heavy reliance on imported fine oil products. The domestic demand for petroleum products stood at over 12,000 barrels each day in 2002. For a country endowed with abundant deposits of oil, it was a major setback when production started declining in the early 2000s and ceased completely in 2004. It wasn't until a decade later, in 2014, that oil production resumed in the country. The abundant oil deposits found in Benin's offshore sites make the country attractive to major players in the oil industry. Which have we missed out of these resources? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.